This woman writes, is there anything wrong with continuing to date someone I enjoy being with but haven't developed the feels for yet? So she's saying like, oh, she likes the guy but she's not attracted to the guy. Should she still keep dating him? Well, it's kind of bullshit for the guy's perspective, because it really just leads him on. It's like, and he's spending a bunch of time and money on you, and you're kind of just probably getting a free ride as far as as far as dinners or dates, because he's probably paying. And so I don't know. I think his intentions are more than being just friends and liking each other, and your intentions are not. And so yeah, I don't really think that's totally honorable thing to do, to keep basically having him take you out on these dates and spending a bunch of effort on you. What I teach is to really find these things out. Um, and so reading her attraction level, what kind of actions is she taking? Um, and not to agree to be in friend zone. And going for the goodnight kiss. It's like you may be able to kind of fool some guys if you're like doing things that like kissing him or even having sex with him, but you still don't like him. Um, but still, it's like if you can get good at reading a person's body language, but also it's more than that. It's just like all the clues that the cues that really suggest a person's high level of interest. Because it's like it is a different vibe when someone's giving you a friend zone vibe. It's like, oh, I like you, but it's like I'm still gonna resist kind of um, more romantic situations compared to somebody that's like totally into it, or basically maybe initiating physical contact or looking at your lips and eyes and lips and eyes. Maybe playing with her hair. So I'm sure if he was trained, he could read the situation, kind of read what he's feeling. Excuse me, what you're feeling. But me personally, if you were displaying those things, it's like, well, what I would do is I would back off and I would just totally move on. And you can basically come back and kind of reignite that. But it's got to be on my terms coming forward, because it's like you just don't have the interest level in me, and you know, it's whatever, it is what it is. I'll find somebody else, but it's just like I don't really want to keep wasting my time with it when it's not really leading anywhere. She's 35. She says dating this guy is 37 for 2 months. It's like, yeah, that's bull. You've been doing it for 2 months, like what, maybe 8, 10 dates, and then you still don't even like him. It's like, yeah, it's neither of us have strong dating histories. I've never been in love before, but he has once. Unfortunately, situations like that, it's like that even conversation probably hurt him a lot, because it's like he might be already feeling that love for you, because it's like, understand that guys fall in attraction and love much more quickly than women. And so from her perspective, it's like she's not at that point at all, but he might be. And now they're talking about this like, and I don't know how this is brought up, but it could be just a crushing conversation for him. Uh, even though if it's secret and didn't say it or whatever, because he might, let's say he brought up the conversation. He's like, have you ever loved anyone? Kind of hoping that she'll say that, well, maybe like hinting at she loves him, because it's been 2 months. And oftentimes if he's doing everything right, you will see her just start to fall in love with him. Um, and she's like, oh, I never loved anyone before. He's like, oh. I really enjoy spending time with him. We have fun, and our senses of humor are so similar, and it's nice to have someone to enjoy life with. You're using the guy, really. However, it's been 2 months, and I don't have the feels for him yet. I've never had them with anyone, to be honest, so I'm just wondering if it's just to wait longer. Nah. He might be not doing everything right as far as leading the relationship, acting as masculine, managing that space. he could be displaying some behaviors that kind of drop your attraction and limit that. Otherwise, it's like usually in that 2 month range, it's like you will start to have those really strong feelings for him, especially if you're following something like the products that I've got there. I cover the psychology behind why attraction works. And once you understand that, you can act in accordance with that. And when you act in that way, it's like clockwork as far as attraction. So should you wait longer, or is it mean to sting him along in a way? Yeah, I'd say it's mean. I feel like there's something wrong with me that I can't seem to develop feelings for anyone in an appropriate amount of time. That seems very forced on yourself. And when you're ever doing that, you're trying to force yourself to feel. It's like, well, you're not really going to get that outcome. It's like, how often can you just force your way? It's like, oh, feel this, feel this, feel this. Doesn't really work, especially when you're trying to be really forceful to make yourself happy, or make yourself love somebody else or like somebody else. She said, should I just give up? Well, I think you should end this relationship, because it's like you're not into this guy and you're just dragging him along. And it's like the longer you do that, the longer his hopes get up, and then it just creates a bigger fall for him. But I wouldn't say to give up. That's to the extreme. I would say work on yourself, work on your relationship skills, and understand that, and then just don't put so much pressure on yourself to be a certain way, because it's like maybe you have some kind of society thing that's like, oh, I have to be in a relationship and I'm not in one, and now you're all attached to the result, and you're like, oh, I have to have it, so I'm overthinking. I'm like, well, I have to do this and have to do this, and then it just becomes this like not a fun experience instead of something just naturally that occurs. Yeah, so that's kind of what I would say to that, and I'll end it there.